Yeah, so this is an ex-US Navy aircraft. It's just done up to represent OXV, a black cat, A24-362 that the R.A.A.F did actually fly in World War II, but this one wasn't. This was flown by the US Navy. The Australian government sold all our Catalinas, and they didn't scrap them. They were all sold, I believe, and although there would have been probably some that weren't good enough to sell, probably scrapped, but they sold them. And they actually, after the war, they were used as passenger aircraft for island, flying between islands and that, to places that didn't have airstrips. So it's got a Felix the Cat logo. These are called black cats. Okay. And it shows you here which squadrons flew the Catalina. So you got 6 squadron, 8 squadron, 11 squadron, 20, 42, 43, 111, 112, 113. Now 6 squadrons still is around. They were flying the F-111. I believe they now have the Super Hornet. I don't know what that was that just flew over. This is another view of the Orion. These are being replaced with the Poseidon, and I'll get a video of the Poseidon shortly. A bit later. Oh, there we go. Yesterday the Dragonfly didn't fly at all. So there it goes. So all these Orions are being replaced by the new Poseidon. We haven't received all the Poseidons yet. The Hudson had started up. We'll just pop over here. We'll be able to get a closer view of the Hudson. I don't really care for the Dragonfly. It didn't serve in the R.A.A.F, so it's not an aircraft that I'm interested in. This is a de Havilland Caribou. These were nearly every soldier that served in Vietnam was flown from Australia to Vietnam in a Caribou. So I believe it was about 18 hours. So up here, this is the landing gear. So the landing gear folds forward, the tyre sits here, tyre and wheel assembly. That's the wing. You can see the wing. And this is called an engine nacelle. So you have the engine and the landing gear in the one unit. So we've got another look here. Fairly certain that's a P-40E. The other side of that's the F8 Meteor, and a front-on look at the hurricane. For Australian conditions, they had a Vokes tropical air filter which sits just underneath the propeller. It would stick out due to the overheating from tropical temperatures. And as I said, there was only one hurricane that ever come to Australia during the war. Testing. So I don't know how long before the Hudson starts moving. Didn't fly yesterday. We got a free air show yesterday, but didn't get to see anything on the ground here, so none of this action. There's really not much point looking at the aircraft as they're flying around. Can't zoom. So the Neptune here is quite interesting in the fact that it has radial piston engines and it has gas turbine. So this is the transition period where with the modern age of the gas turbine was coming on, you know. And this is looks like it's an X-10 squadron aircraft. So 10 and 11 squadron were the sub-hunting and still are, but they now have the Poseidon. So, a bit of a view. I don't know if you can see it there. Now I can see a boomerang in the distance there. So 2 boomerangs. Oh, there's the one that's based at Parafield that I've never seen fly before. So that's quite exciting for me to see LBL actually flying. The other boomerang that we'll see, that's from Temora. So there's the first one coming into. Now the Boomerang is fully designed and fully built in Australia. The only fighter aircraft made in Australia. Unfortunately it was underpowered. So here comes the Hudson. The Lockheed Hudson and their Boomerangs. They're all Australian, those Boomerangs. There goes the Hudson. That's as close as we're going to get to it without the zoom, because this stupid phone doesn't have zoom. Another reason that I wish I had my Sony. It's in the shop being fixed. Dragonfly obviously has to land before these guys can take off. So it's hard to tell. I believe they might both be CA13s. They should have flame suppressing exhaust. That'd be extremely difficult to make now, and because there's no war, there's no need to stop the flame. So they had the CA12 had the straight out exhaust that's exhibited on these aircraft here. I'm pretty certain LBL actually is a CA12 and MHR is a CA13. So that should have the flame suppressing exhaust. You can hear the Hudson's actually powering up. So, yeah, the Dragonfly's now taxiing. So these should be up in the air very shortly. I think I saw the Hudson at an air show in Caboolture. I think that was 2007. So the Boomerang's my favourite World War II aircraft, being wholly Australian. And to see two, I've seen LBL in the hangar at Parafield, and I was told by a guy, oh, it flies every weekend, but I've never seen it flying. So I'm just really, I'm over the moon to see the two of them. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in. So that's shattering. So that's a Wirraway in the air there. Now the Boomerang is a cut down Wirraway. The Wirraway is an under license built version of the Harvard / Texan North American Aviation trainer. North American Aviation also built the Mustang. The Wirraway's up in the air. The Hudson and the Boomerangs will still soon be in the air. Because I can't zoom, there's no real point filming them in the air. So we'll just make our way round past the Neptune and the Caribou. I'll give you a bit of a view. There's the Wirraway flying past. So the Wirraway was the trainer that you flew after you learnt how to fly in a Tiger Moth. So that's the nose of the Orion. These are turboprops, so you have a gas turbine engine that drives the shaft that drives the propeller. So, and the propeller can fully rotate, so that it spins in the same direction, but once the propeller rotates, the air's being forced forwards rather than backwards, and to stop the aircraft. So we'll just try and see if we can get the Boomerang. Well, the Hudson and the Boomerangs still haven't taken off. They're in the distance down there. You won't see anything. I can only just make them out. We'll just end this video here and then we'll start another one.